My fiancée said she wants to go for some personal shopping right after coming back from a trip and acted distant for further days. So I decided to snoop in her emails and found a shocking secret. I'm done. I, 29M, have been engaged to my fiancée, 27F, for about a year now. We've been together for 4 years. She had been away on a business trip for 4 days. This isn't unusual, her job sometimes requires travel, and I've never had a reason to doubt her before. She got home a few days ago, and right away, something felt off. Usually, when she gets back, we have this little tradition where we spend the evening catching up, reconnecting, and being affectionate. This time, though, she gave me a quick hug and mentioned she needed to go out for some personal shopping right after coming back. She was gone for almost 5 hours and came back with barely anything, a couple of small bags, mostly skincare stuff. When she got home, she was distant. Anytime I asked if she was okay, she blamed it on exhaustion and stress. It felt so out of character for her that I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. The next day, she said she was going to spend the evening at a friend's house. While she was gone, I decided to check her accounts. We've always shared passwords, so I didn't feel like I was crossing a line. I checked her texts, DMs, and socials. Everything seemed normal. Then I checked her email, and that's when things got strange. At first, her inbox looked fine, but as I scrolled, I noticed that everything from 3 days before she came home was gone. If she got back on the 1st, there was nothing before the 4th. Then I found an email in the trash that hadn't been permanently deleted yet. It was a confirmation for an appointment at a health clinic in a nearby city, about 30 minutes away. The email included a link to a patient portal with a user ID to log in. I tried her usual passwords, and one of them worked. The portal didn't have much information, but it did show that she'd scheduled and attended an appointment the same afternoon she came back from her trip. The portal let me request records from the visit, so I did. About 30 minutes later, the results were there. It was an STD test. She had gone in for STD testing just hours after returning home. I haven't confronted her yet because she's still at her friend's house, but I plan to when she gets back tomorrow. This makes me question everything we've built together. Any advice would be appreciated. Thanks for listening. Edit. Thanks to everyone who's commented so far. I want to clarify that I'm not accusing her of anything just yet, but I can't ignore the timing and the secrecy. Why delete all those emails? Why rush to get an STD test right after coming home? I'm trying to stay calm and hear her side of the story, but I'm struggling to process everything. I'll update you all after I've talked to her tomorrow. Update. She came back from her friend's house last night, and I decided to confront her as soon as she got in. I tried to stay calm. I told her we needed to talk and laid it all out. I told her I knew about the clinic appointment and the STD test. At first, she completely denied everything. She acted shocked and confused, saying I was making things up or misinterpreting what I'd found. I stayed firm and told her I had seen the email, logged into the patient portal, and requested the records. She started making excuses. She said she'd been feeling off lately and thought it might be a health issue, which is why she got tested. But her voice was shaky, and she wouldn't look me in the eye. I pressed her, telling her I didn't buy it. I asked why she deleted all her emails before coming home if she had nothing to hide. She snapped and tried to turn it around on me. She said, "I thought you were cheating. That's why I got tested." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I told her that was ridiculous. I've never given her any reason to think I'd been unfaithful. She just doubled down, saying she'd heard things from people, though she wouldn't tell me who or what exactly. It felt like she was grasping at straws, trying to deflect and make this about me instead of her. I kept pressing. Finally, she broke. She admitted she cheated on me while she was on her trip. At first, she claimed it was a one-time thing. She said she'd been drinking, that it just happened, and that she felt awful about it afterward. I was furious. She said she was scared I'd leave her, that's why she didn't tell me, and that she was trying to protect our relationship. I told her that if she'd really cared about our relationship, she wouldn't have cheated in the first place. After a lot of back and forth, she finally admitted it wasn't just a one-time thing. She confessed that there had been multiple people. She met one of them on this trip, but there were others before that. I felt like my entire world was falling apart. I couldn't even look at her. I asked if anyone else knew, and she admitted that a couple of her friends knew what was going on. Some of them even covered for her when she needed to sneak around. I was disgusted. Not only had she betrayed me, but people I thought were friends had been complicit in it. I couldn't believe they'd sat there, smiling in my face, pretending everything was fine while they knew what was going on behind my back. That was it for me. I told her we were done. She started crying, begging me to reconsider. She said she'd do anything to fix things, that she'd go to therapy, that she'd prove she could change. But I couldn't believe a word she said anymore. I told her I couldn't marry someone who had lied to me so deeply, someone who had betrayed me on this level. She kept crying, saying she didn't mean for things to get so out of hand, that she still loved me. I told her to pack her things and leave. She cried harder, saying she had nowhere to go, but I was done. I gave her until the end of the week to move out. I wanted her out of my life. As for her friends, the ones who knew and hid it from me, I'm cutting them off too. If they could stand by and let this happen, they're not people I want in my life. I've already blocked a couple of them on social media and plan to make it clear to the rest that I'm done with them. I feel like the past 4 years of my life were a lie. I trusted her completely, and she shattered that trust in the worst possible way. Now I'll just try to move on from this. Thanks to everyone who's commented and supported me through this.